Hello everyone, welcome to turning raw data into life-saving decisions using Neo4j and n8n. This session will be presented by Claire Champourlier. So over to you, Claire.
Thank you very much, Daniel. Um, hi to everyone. Um, so here, if I share my screen here. So today we're going to talk about turning raw data into life-saving decision. Just a quick thing about me. I'm a tech advisor working in freelance mostly for non-profit and positive impact companies, and I'm also an n8n ambassador here in Paris. The project I will share with you today is a project I work on for the Association n8n, which is a non-profit working to prevent road accidents. The non-profit has three missions: supporting bereaved families who lost a child in a car accident, raising awareness, especially among public authorities, and harnessing technology and innovation for life. And that's in this part that this project is taking place. The project is called La Boussole, the compass. It's a tool to help citizens and local authorities prevent car accidents. And it provides different paths of action, different means to use the data inside. How it's showing, there is a map where you can, if I just take the map here, here there is a map. I don't know where it is. No worries. There is a map where you can spot all the accidents that occur in a place. And when you click and just zoom on the map, you can get inside about the type of accident that took place somewhere and solutions that were put in place in other cities or in other countries to help choose the best solution for a place, depending on how the place is today. So, for example, if you have a bump in the road, it will affect the new things you can do in one place. If you have a school, you won't do the same than if you have an hospital or anything else where the accident usually took place. So to build this solution, we have a quite simple data structure today. So we have events, which is an accident. The event took place somewhere with people involved in the accident and vehicle involved in the accident, and people in or outside vehicles. We also use data from public data sources and from citizens, and we have all the solution. And we have this part which is quite structured, and this part for the solution where we have experts report, and we choose to do a graph rag on that because we use the data from the accident to get the best solution, and for that we use similarity search today. So you can see some stats. We start to have quite some events. We are only focusing on France for now. And the solutions are everywhere in the world, because the idea here is to help find a solution, even if it's not yet deployed in France. And we also have solutions that are not the best one in your place. Why? Because we wanted people to be allowed to say, okay, we see this is a solution you can think of, and this is why it won't be the best one for this place. So we are able to say this solution can be put in place, but not here because you have an infrastructure or anything that is not relevant in your case. So that's quite a simple data structure ontology, and we want to be able to complete the data from public sources, because in France we have quite a big data set provided by the government about the accident, but only the accident where the police was called. So we don't have everything, and we don't have the cause of the accident. That's why we also want to be able to inject other data from unstructured source. And how we do it, we use n8n to be able to inject structured and unstructured data. Those data can come from newspaper, for example, but they can also come from user. So for example, if you are a citizen, there is a WhatsApp bot you can talk with, and you can ask question about the data. In this case, it will create a query to request data, but you can also inject testimony, and we will extract the data we want from this testimony to be able to complete the data. And if you are, for example, local authority or someone who wants just to be involved in promoting road safety in your city, you can use the website to access data. We always have a team, a human team, looking for all the information and the contact, because we want to be able to connect to a human in case we detect something in the conversations that need to be addressed by a human. We split it in the database, the Neo4j graph with another Superbase data user database, because this part is mainly private data about the user, and this one could be released publicly at a stage in the project. So I don't know if people know n8n. n8n is an automation tool which is AI ready, and it's also open core like Neo4j, and you can create a workflow pipeline to be able to treat data. So for example, if we have a testimony from a citizen, we want to remove personal information, we want to make sure the data are correctly extracted. And that's what we use n8n for, to be able to inject the data. So to be able to connect Neo4j with n8n, I built a community node, which can enable the creation of node, adding text into vector store, using especially the similarity search as a tool for an AI agent, or as part of the workflow. And for example, when the user asks the WhatsApp bot a question about the data, so for example, where is there the most accident in my city, we can directly use a workflow like this one, which is execute the query, get the data, and then we have another workflow creating an answer for the user. This community node is still in beta test. If you want to contribute, you are more than welcome to come to GitHub and share. I know there is quite some issues because I'm quite new to graph database, and I know I made some countersense in the way I created this node. I'm working on it. There should be a new version quite soon, but it's something that can help create pipeline for your data and use them as easily as possible. So if I go back to, if I can find my window back, I don't know where it is. Okay, here, not an issue, we'll go back to that. Here, if I enter the name of a city, it's going to find the data directly from the database. And I think the screen sharing is taking most of my bandwidth. So it should display a map with a heat map. Here it is. So we have a heat map. We can zoom in to a specific place. Here we see we have multiple accidents here. For now, it's taking all the data from an accident and find different solution available. And for each solution, it will display an indicator saying if it's a good or proven solution or not. So here, for example, if I zoom into a solution, we have here, it's raw data for now, but it's still the UX designer is still working on it. And here we will have all the information, and we plan to have more detailed KPI to be able to assess solution regarding the performance of the solution and the number of lives it will save based on that. And we are based on a report from specialists of that today. So if you have any question about that, I'm happy to answer. Wow, I see there is a very long question. Seva, I will read your question afterwards and come back to you. It will be easier, I think. So if you have any question, do not hesitate to reach me on LinkedIn, and I'll be happy to share it with you. Thanks, Magnus. And I'm really happy to have feedback on the integration, because today it's working for my need, but it still needs to be open to everyone. And as n8n ambassador, I'm working with n8n to be able to make it available natively in the pre-packaged version of n8n. So that's something that could come, and I think it will be very helpful for, especially for graph AI, graph RAG use cases.